Ladies and gentlemen, the left keeps telling us that men and women's sports isn't happening, yet more examples keep popping up every single day. A trans athlete, yes, a man who identifies as a woman, just won the high jump here in Portland, Oregon. This is an exclusive story. We're going to break it all down. Let's go. How's it going, everybody? Dave Medina here. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. Follow me at Dave Medina PDX across all social media. And if you don't like what you see and you don't like my stuff, then just subscribe and like anyways, because you're getting good information. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. Leave a comment. And I'm happy to let the haters and let everybody give their opinion. But we need to be talking about some things, man. And this story right here, this story supposedly isn't happening according to the left. This is an exclusive story that you're only going to see first here, that another man, another boy has stolen a first place finish from biological females. It happened in Portland, Oregon. Here is the screenshot. This is the trans athlete right here. A concerned parent reached out to me in Portland that was at this track meet, and we have video from this male athlete that is that finished in the high jump, finished first, stole the championship, or stole the first place from all these other biological women. And this Leah Rose, now I have heard from my source over there at the track meet that this particular individual was on the boys team last year and now was on the girls team. So he literally was on the track team for the boys last year, and now is in girl races, or now is competing in the girls competitions. This is the varsity high jump, and he finished first. So remember, the left is telling us that this isn't happening. Remember the left that's telling us, well, even if it is happening, it's a very small scale. Now, there's two ways I want to combat this before I show you more information here, okay? One, it is happening, and it's starting to happen more and more often. And two, even if it's on a smaller scale, like if a serial killer was going around and he only killed 2 or 3 people, that would be a concern to the public, because he's going to kill more if it's not stopped. Any problem that starts out like this, and any, like, I call this a mental illness. I mean, because it is a mental illness. This whole transgender agenda that's being pushed on our kids. It used to be called gender dysphoria. It is starting to become more and more of an issue. We're starting to see more and more athletes coming out, and if we don't put a stop to this and protect women's sports, it's going to keep growing and growing and growing. And before you know it, there's going to be half males in 10 years in these women's sports. So we have to address this, because, you know, they're trying to minimize it by saying, oh, no, it's not happening in a lot of places. Well, tell that to Addison Skiles. Tell that to Kira Kruger. Tell that to Cassidy Goodwin. Tell that to Zoe Shanahan, who's worked so hard to get where they're at. And they just had their championships taken away from Leah Rose, a male who was just competing reportedly on the male team last year. I've reached out to the school, I did B Wells, and I've yet to get a response. I couldn't get through. I'm going to keep trying to get through, and I'll update you if I do. Follow me at David Medina PDX on Instagram and X to stay up to date with that. But just a reminder, this is how they minimize it. Before we get back to this, I'm going to show you video of this male athlete in Portland that I'll show you 2 videos of him high jumping, one where he won it, one where he messed up. We'll show you a couple of videos from that. But I just wanted to show you real quick of all of these people on the left that are either saying it's not happening. We already showed you a video yesterday where there's some people that are saying, no, it's not happening. And some people like this specimen, right? We're going to try, producer Vlad's here. We're going to try to keep it good today. Yeah. Who minimizes the problem. Okay.
You know, I often wonder, because it's, when you look,
why do you have to torture me with a view clip?
Transgender Americans, less than 1% of American adults identify as transgender. Right. Yeah. And when you add in youth who identify as transgender, that number comes to just about 1.4. It is estimated that there are no more than 100 transgender athletes competing in public schools nationwide, and an Associated Press investigation found that lawmakers...
Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, when they say, oh, lightning, it doesn't strike twice. Well, I guess it's common enough that in Portland it's happened twice now. One with Aiden Gallagher and now with this Leah Rose person. We remember the whole Aiden Gallagher thing. Remember, we talked about that. Aiden Gallagher's been doing this for a year or two. McDaniel High School identified. Look at this. And is just destroying these women in his field. Destroying these women. When are these women going to speak up is what I want to know. And so you hear Whoopi minimizing it. I think it's going to start happening more and more is the problem. But it's already happening. And there's already tons of girls that are getting cheated out of this. And that's why Riley Gaines is doing what she's doing. Because she got cheated out of it by Leah Thomas. Out of her championship. And then here's Tim Walt's daughter. Again, producer Vlad, for some reason, wants to torture me with all these clips. So we have to listen to these.
Signing an executive order that pertains to 1% of the population
See how they're minimizing
is not protecting women. It's setting a dangerous precedent, and it is dangerous for the trans community, women, minorities, anyone who is not a straight white man.
So the left will minimize problems that are actually a problem, that are actually, you know, are growing into a bigger problem. And then they'll maximize issues like the gun problem and like, you know, the shootings and everything that's happened. They'll maximize that. These people are so disgusting that this person right here, Tim Walt's daughter, Elmer Fudd's daughter, will sit here and say that it's that minimizing a problem that's erasing women. And minimize, I mean, what happened to women's rights? You see these same people standing for women's rights, standing for abortion, standing for all this kind of stuff, and the women's right to choose, and they're setting us back so many years, and yet they literally champion biological males destroying them in their own sports. These guys have no standards. They literally are flip-floppy. They literally are, they just blow with the wind. They stand for nothing. They stand for nothing. And now it's happening again. Now here is actual video from this track meet in Portland from yesterday, April 2nd, where Leah Rose, a boy who identifies as a female, won the high jump, the varsity high jump, and stole the position from biological females. Look at this. This was sent to me from a parent from the track meet. So there he is. So that's when he kind of like failed. This is where he won it. It's just, man, like when is enough, guys? When is enough? Now I'm going to post this on my social media. If you're watching this video and you haven't seen it, you want to see this again, you want to see reactions, be part of the conversation, you can go on my X. This is going to blow up because this is an exclusive story that we only have for you at the moment. You know, if you want to be more a part of the conversation, go to my Instagram at Dave Medina PDX. But like, seriously, like, when is enough? When are we going to stop allowing this kind of stuff to happen? And you have literally a UCLA study found that there were 122,000 trans athletes in California alone.
Published a few months ago, actually, found that there was 122,000 trans athletes in California. So I think the numbers we should talk about nationwide, but we should talk about these numbers, and I would love the
So that's nationwide, not just California.
Opportunity to discuss that. A UCLA
a little bit more than Whoopi Goldberg's 100.
Still, though, it's like, but they compare it to the population. They're comparing it to the population. They're not comparing it to the population of athletes, because I guarantee you it's more than 1%. Okay, and we all remember Aiden Gallagher, how he destroyed the track meet. There's a statewide track meet at in Eugene at the Oregon track field this weekend, and most likely these two athletes will be there participating. But what are these?
So these are websites that track trans women
Look at this.
beating actual females, biological females in sports. And so they track, if you go down, you can go literally by the sport, and it shows athletes.
Wow.
It shows the times they're like stolen.
Let's put these in the description so that our audience can look all this. You know, and again, you know, these people are going to minimize it, like Elmer Fudd's daughter and Whoopi Goldberg, like, oh, hey, it's just happening on small scales. It's not even like a big deal. Yeah, tell that to like the 578. Like add probably 1,000 to that. Tell that to 1,000 female athletes that had their first places taken away from them because of this issue. It's just so disgusting. And what's this, producer Vlad?
This is Joe Concha explaining how over 900 medals that women would have otherwise won were stolen by trans men.
Yeah. So it's happening on bigger and bigger scales. And this is just the beginning. This is not something that like this has been not like this whole men and women's sports. This started like booming around the Riley Gaines like 3 or 4 years ago. This is going to get bigger. If it's this prevalent now, in 10 years, it's going to be a big issue. Can't play this one because of the copyright issues, but you're just seeing a University of Brighton study funded by the IOC and featured in the U.S. media has found that trans women are not biological men, as women have athletic advantages over cross-dressing men not mentioned in the coverage. This study compared 23 overweight men to 21 sportswomen. Like what? So there you go. There's your story. It's how it keeps happening, right? Just happened again here in Portland. A boy competing who literally was just on the men's team last year at IDB Wells High School in Portland, Oregon. Now on the women's team and taking away first place finishes from other biological women. It's so disgusting. Hey, like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me at David Medina PDX across all social media. And if you want to support our work so we can get more of these exclusive stories out, because really, you know, it's just me and producer Vlad and some other volunteers that sometimes help us out. And we'd love to be on the ground more, and we'd love to bring you more of these exclusive stories. It's just all about manpower and funds. If you want to support us, thedavidmedina.com, there's an option you can donate there, super secure, and you can fund the good work that we're doing here in the trenches here in Portland, Oregon. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.